Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel, Simply Life Habits. It's your girl Cece. And I know I have not been on in a minute. Y'all know that it's been the holidays. Y'all haven't seen me since then. And life has been lifing a lot. I'll let you in on that. But today I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about that I have now experienced my second stall on this GLP-1. And if you have experienced a stall, a plateau where the scale is just not moving, nothing's budging, honey, I feel you, because this is my second time experiencing that, okay? So let me give you a brief update. If you are new to the channel, welcome. But I started my GLP-1 ZEPBOUND injection shots back in October of 2025. And now we are in January of 2026, okay? And I'll let you know what's been going on in between that time. So, and I started at 200 pounds, okay? That's where I started when I started in October. Started my injections and I was 200 pounds, okay? So, what's going on with this second stall? All right, so what had happened was, my wedding anniversary, well, that was during the first stall. My wedding anniversary, Thanksgiving was the first stall. I figured that's what's gonna happen. Second stall was what? Christmas holidays, okay? The month of December was a major stall for me. I got down to the 180s, right? But my scale was fluctuating between 185 and 187. I pretty much had prepared my mind as to that may happen because it was the holidays, right? And yes, I did eat sweets. I ate the turkey and dressing, the mac and cheese. Well, no, I ate that for Thanksgiving, but I ate, what did we eat for Christmas? Oh, we had brunch for Christmas, but I still ate. I didn't overdo it though, y'all, but I ate, you know what I'm saying? Leading up to that, I went to two, I think, Christmas events before Christmas, and we had pasta salad and, you know, wings, and, you know, I ate, you know what I'm saying? Again, I didn't overdo it. I just ate the things for holidays. A couple of times I did do fast food. I'm not a big fast food person, but I did because it was according to my schedule. You know what I'm saying? You know how that go during the month of December. You're trying to finish your last minute shopping, all this, that, and the third, or whatever, and you out and about and you hungry, so you just grab something to eat. I did that a couple times too in December. I wasn't too happy about it, but I kind of figured that I was gonna hit a plateau, a stall. I figured that, so I had prepared my mind for it, right? And so I was like, okay, when January come, we got to get out this stall, because I can't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got to do better, right? So with that being said, moving on to January, I decided after Christmas that I was gonna buckle down and get laser focused on everything. So again, before that, another contributor to my stall was during the month of December, I was inconsistent with my workouts, because I've been working out. I've been strength training, I've been working out, and I've been doing that since the spring of last year. And that's what prompted me to get on the GLP-1 anyway, because working out from the spring all the way to the fall, and I'm still circling around 200 pounds was not, it was like, why is this scale not moving? Because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I wasn't perfect, but I was doing what I was supposed to do, and I should have not been still at that same weight. And I knew it was because of menopause. So that was why I got on the GLP-1 anyway, to assist me. And when I got on it, the scale started moving, it started working. But I did hit this first stall because of the month of November, stuff going on, you know what I'm saying, leading into the holidays, coming into the holidays and stuff like that. But then it started back moving, and then I got into my second stall. But I was a little bit inconsistent during the month of December with my workouts. I did work out in the month of December, I did, but I was not consistent. I did not work out every day. It was a lot of days that was missed, but then there was a lot of days that I did do. Some weeks I worked out 3 days, some weeks I worked out 2 days, some weeks, it just depended on what I had going on. So inconsistency of that was another contributing factor to my stall. Another contributing factor to my stall that I believe also, outside of the holidays and me eating sweets and stuff like that or whatever. I did eat cheesecake, I ate cake, I think I ate sweet potato pie. I ate all that stuff during the Christmas holidays. But anyway, Not all in one setting, y'all, okay? You know what I'm saying? Just over a span period of time during the holidays. Those were contributing factors. So me being inconsistent with my workout was a contributing factor. And then me not getting the proper sleep. Me not going to bed at a regular time like I should. The month of December. The month of October, I started looking at Christmas movies. But the month of November, especially December, honey, December, oh, Christmas movies was my best friend. At nighttime, right before, you know, the time for me to get ready for bed, honey, Christmas movies up something. Half the time those movies would be looking at me, but I did a lot of binge watching on Christmas movies during the month of December. So me not really going to bed properly, I believe really was another major factor, because I was not getting the proper sleep. You know what I'm saying? Staying up way past my bedtime, you know, and all that other kind of stuff. Plus, I had some stuff going on with my patch that was also contributing to me not getting enough sleep, okay? So those are all the reasons why I believe that I came to a complete stop in a plateau and stall. I ain't gonna say a complete stop, but I had a little stall, a little plateau. The weight just fluctuated between 185 and 187 during that month or whatever. So like I said, I made up in my mind that we was gonna get, okay, the holidays are done, over, we gotta get back on it. So the first part of January, I was like, okay, boom, this is what we're gonna do. Broke down a plan, okay? Get back on it. Up my protein, vegetables, no sweets, no breads, lower carbs. And I know bread is a carb, but I just wanted to cut the bread out completely because I'm a bread lover. So I said no breads, but then I am still eating carbs. It's just low carbs, if that makes any sense, right? So, you know, making sure that I go to bed on time, in a timely manner, making sure I have a whole bedtime routine, you know what I'm saying? Putting that in place and staying hydrated, okay? And coming up on the end of the first week, honey, the scale moved down to 184. Yes, it did. It moved down to 184. I was like, okay, we are doing something now. Now we are in the second week of January here, and I checked the scale and it's on 182. Okay, we have gotten down to 182 this week. Okay, I'm so happy. And these are the things that I'm doing to contribute. And I have started back my strength training. Okay, I started back my strength training, working out. Okay, that's another contributing factor. Okay, trying to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? I've missed a couple of days, but I am trying to be. I'm more consistent than I was in December. I'm trying to be consistent with that or whatever. So these are the things that I have contributed to fixing this plateau, and it is working. Okay. Now, I want to say hydration is really important to me. And if you heard me talk about my handy dandy cup that I take everywhere with me, we are back at it again, right? Because during the Christmas holidays, water was not my only drink intake. Okay. I was drinking eggnog, not the regular eggnog because it just don't do well with my stomach, but I was drinking a healthier version of eggnog. I think it's coconut milk eggnog, I can't remember, but anyway, I found a healthier version and I was drinking some of that and juices and stuff like that. Not all the time, just sometimes. If I went to an event, most likely if they had punch, I drink a little bit of punch. I ain't drink a lot of it because I'm not used to drinking that stuff anymore. Stuff now tends to be too sweet for me. So if far as drinks, I don't like super sweet punch and all that stuff no more. So I would sip a little bit of it, but I wouldn't drink it all because it would be too sweet. And I would always go back to my handy dandy water. But the fact of the matter is I did drink those things, and I believe those were contributing factors. But now we're in the month of January and I am sticking with water and water only. Now, I will say this. I don't know if I mentioned hydration packets before in the past, in any of my past videos. I believe I have. I can't remember. Brain fog. But just wanted to let you know that I am back on my electrolyte packs. And this is what I use. LMNT. It's this watermelon flavor. I don't use these every day because they said that you're supposed to be careful of those electrolyte packs. First of all, you only use these packs one time a day. But I don't use them every day. You know what I'm saying? They say be very careful because I can't remember exactly the research that I did, but it ain't good to use every day, okay? So I feel like I just use them when I can, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and it actually helps. I actually got some in my cup today, right? That helps me out with keeping me, and plus it actually helps me too on this GLP-1 with regulation because, honey, this shot will constipate you. So that was another reason why I was always kind of hip to electrolyte packs anyway before I got on the GLP-1. I just didn't do them often. I did them sometime, but now I have increased them a little because of the GLP-1, because you know, if you be on GLP-1 shots, it may constipate you, okay? And that's not a good feeling. And I've also added Miralax to my regimen. So sometimes I am doing Miralax sometimes, okay? But those are the things that I am working on and have contributed to my working out and all that stuff to get me back on track. And it is working. Just to see the scale at 182 this week has really just like motivated me to just keep going, okay? So let's move on. The next thing is menopause, okay? Oh, in my sleep, getting back on my sleep track, because I told you I was doing the Christmas movies, okay? So getting to bedtime and sticking with it, doing this unwind thing. I heard that when you do the trying to make sure your circadian rhythm stay intact when you sleep, I'm sure you already heard of 2 hours before bed, limiting your screen time, but also the lights in your house. If you have recessed lighting, LED lighting, and all that stuff, turn those off at night. You know what I'm saying? Use soft white light lamps. I've been doing that, using the lamps around my house instead of using the bright lights, if I can, because I'm not the only one that live here. So sometimes other folks may come in the room and turn on the bright light. But I've been trying to stick with you know, using soft lighting to help my mind unwind before bedtime. That's also a part of my bedtime routine too, to help me be able to get a full night's sleep. Now, have I been getting full night sleeps? Sometimes and sometimes not. I told y'all before, if you've been with me for a while, that the estradiol patch really helps me to sleep throughout the night. However, I have been on a journey with this estradiol patch because I have been changing patches, changing dosage, and it just haven't been consistent. But when I'm not on it like I'm supposed, when something is going on with it, I can tell because my symptoms will come back. They don't come back all the way fully, but they come back a little. And so me not sleeping throughout the night and sometimes having hot flashes, most of the time if that happens, it's something going on with my patch, okay? So I've been on the patch since spring of last year, and I've experienced several different things. First thing I experienced was the very first time they put me on it, I felt like nothing was happening. I'm like, I'm still having all my symptoms. I was on it for a while, and so they increased my dosage. Once they increased my dosage, I felt fine. Everything was going good. However, the patch that they gave me seemed to have trouble. I seem to have trouble with it, keeping it on like it's supposed to. It was a once a week. You put the patch on, you change it out weekly. And after 4 days, it seemed like it want to start peeling off, or, you know, when I get in the shower and stuff, that's when I had the most problems. So they ended up changing me to another brand, and that brand stayed on really well. No issues. However, no issues with it coming off. However, it irritated my skin. We couldn't have that either. So I had to change again. So they changed me to a different patch that I changed twice a week. Now that particular patch right there worked perfectly, right? Worked perfectly. I changed it out twice a week, so I don't have no issues with, you know, with the patch coming off or anything like that. It works well. I could tell that my symptoms are getting back on, you know, that I'm not having as many symptoms or whatever the case may be. Everything's getting back on task. However, my pharmacy want to act up. I ain't gonna call their name and throw them under the bus. I'm about to leave them now. But the pharmacy, every time I go to pick up my next set of dosage, oh, it's not in, or either they'll tell me it'll be ready tomorrow. Then I go back the next day and they tell me it's not in, but you told me yesterday that it'll be ready today, but now you're telling me today that it's not even in. Y'all, I've been dealing with this for the last couple of months or so, and it's gotten worse. So with that being said, I had some old patches, the one that I told y'all that that I was having trouble keeping on. I got like 2 boxes of those here. So when they kept telling me I didn't have, they didn't have my stuff, I didn't have any more. I was completely out. And so what I did was the ones that I had trouble keeping on, I ended up putting that on just to hold me over to have something, because I actually had went a whole week, almost into 2 weeks without anything. And I'm like, let me just put this on because I need something to help me. So that was that with the patch. And so the next thing I want to say is that if you've been with me for a while too, you may know that I have a brain tumor. So on top of all of this that I have going on, So if you've been with me for a while, I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, but my phone tapped out. But anyway, if you've been with me for a minute, you know that I have a brain tumor and I've been having major headaches. And I've had to go back to see my neurologist. It's actually time for I get MRI scans once a year to keep a monitor of it. And it's actually time for me to get an MRI scan to monitor it. And I do actually have an appointment upcoming very, very soon. In the meantime, my neurologist was like, it's possible that the patch could be a contributor to the growth of the tumor. And but she said it's possible. She was like, but I need to see the scan before I just say that you know, and she don't know if I have a growth or anything. I pray I don't, but she wants to scan me to let me know to see, right? And we're gonna pray that I don't have any growth. But she said that it's possible because of what they have in the patch, it could contribute to that. So she told me to ask my doctor to put me on a lower dosage, basically. And so I had to contact my doctor and get them to put me on a lower dosage. And so I just picked up the one that I told y'all that they didn't have, the one that I change out twice a week and that they didn't have, which is a higher dosage. When I went and I picked that up, but because from my last appointment, I didn't even get a chance to put that one on because of what my neurologist said. So it wasn't no point in me putting that on, because that dosage is actually higher than the other one that I told you that I have just kind of laying around, and I use that to hold me over. That is the one that I picked up recently is a higher dosage than the one that I have on. So it wasn't no point in me putting on the one that I change out twice a week if I got to turn around and go to an even lower dosage than the one that I have on. So with that being said, I have to go pick that up today, as a matter of factly, because I got a text yesterday evening that it was ready for pickup. So, and I changed pharmacies. Let's just say that. And they told me it was ready on yesterday. So I got to go pick that up today. So it's possible, basically, in a nutshell, that I'm going to see how this lower dosage works with my menopause. I will let you all know. I'll keep y'all updated. And then she said it's a possibility too that I might have to come off of it all the way together. So that's why I say life be lifing. I'm praying that I don't. I'm praying that everything is fine. I'm praying that everything looks fine with my scan, with this tumor. I pray that it has gotten smaller. We just got to figure out what's going on with these headaches. I actually do have one now as I speak. It's just not as bad as it has been being. In the meantime, she did give me some medication to take for my headaches until we can figure out what my next step is. And so with that being said, that is pretty much where we are on a menopausal journey and with my symptoms. So I have had some of my symptoms to come back with, I do have a hot flash sometime, and the sleeping through the night thing is sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Only because, like I said, the patch that I got on is the one that I have trouble keeping on. Like, I really need to change this one. I think today is my change out day because, I think today is my change out day. So I need to go and pick that up and everything so I can change it out or whatever and put on my lower dosage or whatever. But, and then to top it all off, I forgot to tell y'all with the GLP-1 ZEPBOUND, forgot to mention this. I may have to change to Wegovy due to insurance purposes. And I won't know anything about that until probably sometime next week. So yeah, life has been like it. And I will let you all know if I have to come off ZEPBOUND and go on Wegovy. But I'm praying that I don't have to come off ZEPBOUND, but we shall see. I'm working on it right now. So with all of that said, that is pretty much the update with me and where I'm at on this GLP-1 journey and this menopausal journey all together wrapped in one, and my health journey wrapped in one. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to take a look at outside because my neighbor, I thought I heard a car in my backyard. But anyway, and so yeah, But yeah, the main reason I made this video too is because of the weight loss stall though. But this time to update you on everything else that's going on with me. But life has been life, and y'all. So y'all keep me in your prayers. But yeah, we're praying that, you know, I'm believing in for shrinkage and it just disappear. I'm believing in God that He will get rid of this tumor, right? That I won't have to have any type of brain surgery or anything like that. So believing in God for that, staying in prayer about that. In the meantime, y'all, so if you have stalled, plateaued on your weight loss journey, you know, let me hear from you. Comment in the comment section. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you've been going through on this GLP-1. If you are on any GLP-1, please comment in the comment section. I would love to hear from you, hear for your journey. If you've never experienced a plateau, if you experienced a plateau, what kind of things did you do to come out of it? If you are on menopause, going through menopause, these videos, I'm not a medical professional, of course. These videos are just me sharing my personal experience on this journey in hopes to encourage someone else that may also be going through a weight loss journey as well as going through menopause. That is the purpose behind these videos, to help other women 40 plus, okay? And so yeah, that's where we are. So if you like this kind of content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this video with another woman. And that's pretty much all I have for today. And I think I covered everything. I got notes. I think I covered everything, but if not, I'll just come back on next video and let you guys know. So until the next video, you guys be blessed. Bye.